I'm with Mr. Orlando Pandolfi, a Director of Music Programs at St. Paul's. Thank you for this session, this interview.
Hi, Jean. It's great to see you again.
Thank you. I think many families out there want to know really in person about the music program at St. Paul's, your amazing experience at boarding schools, in music programs, and in music in general. Can you share some about your backgrounds and what you do at St. Paul's?
Well, sure. Well, I've been in and out of this business over the last 38 years. So I've come to know the private schools pretty well. I've worked at 4 of them. St. Paul's I was particularly interested in because for a small school, it has one of the best supported music programs. And when I was at other schools, quite often some of the students I had hoped to get ended up at St. Paul's. So it's great to be here now.
You lead the music program and mainly orchestra.
Orchestra, jazz ensemble, wind ensemble when we have enough people to create one, and various chamber music groups. Again, depending on the talent pool that happens to be there.
Yes.
In any particular year. So it's a very flexible program, but the core of the program has mainly been an orchestra. We have strong strings and enough strong wind players to come in every once in a while and make it a symphony orchestra. This year we have, I think, about 57 students playing in the symphony orchestra. It's been as big as 65.
Okay. Oh, wow. 65.
Yeah, which is more than 10% of the school.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And the other thing is, you know, American culture, for better or worse, is very strong sports culture.
Yes.
As a teenager, I was much more into athletics than I was music.
And you're a coach too.
Well, yeah, I have that label, coach. I don't consider myself really. You know, I help out. You know,
and you have boys.
And I have 4 boys.
4
yes.
boys. So, and they're all.
And they're all pretty athletic.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they were raised here, and that's just part of the culture. I mean, when I was 16, if somebody asked me if I thought I was going to be a professional horn player, no, I thought I was going to be an Olympic track star.
But you went to Juilliard.
I didn't have a chance at that, really. But you know, it's such an important part of American culture. And I was, you know, in retrospect, do I wish I had practiced a little harder? Yeah, you know, spent a little less time on the football field and more time in the practice room, but that's in retrospect. You wouldn't have been able to tell my 16-year-old self that at all, because, you know, even though my dad was a professional musician, and he used to say, hey, listen, you've got talent and you're not going to be a professional football player. And he was completely right, but in my mind, you know, my track team, my football team was really all important.
Yes.
And for a lot of reasons, social mostly.
Right.
American culture has changed a little bit, but it's still very, very strong. That's the team. When we talk about team, if you talk to most of my colleagues here and you think about team efforts, they're going to talk about athletic teams and not necessarily what happens in an orchestra or in a chamber music group.
There is a sense of joy and ecstasy when all together.
Yes, absolutely.
Make one sound.
Yes.
Because that's really hard.
But it's a very painful process.
Yes.
And you know, it takes time. Going into the room and practicing, it's a lonely thing.
Great. Okay. Well, I think that was good.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Thank you.